Jason here. So you guys are wanting to hear different audio solutions or different audio attachments to your DJI Action 4. You want a moto vlog, you want to do regular vlogging, maybe you want to go skiing, bicycling, whatever the case may be. And you guys want to know, hey, what's a really good audio solution for the DJI Action 4? Me personally, I feel like the internal microphones are really good, but then there's times where it's like it's windy outside or maybe there's a lot of ambient noise around. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys my different microphones and what I use for the Action 4, and just to give you guys an idea on how different microphones sound with the Action 4. You can use USB-C microphones, you can use 3.5mm microphones, and that, you know, with that you would need the DJI microphone adapter. And you can use it for moto vlogging. I mean, there's all kinds of things that you can use this camera for. And it makes me think that this camera is probably one of the best, if not the best, overall cameras as far as action cameras go that you can buy today. I mean, if I didn't tell you guys I was watching this, you were watching me on a DJI Action 4 camera, what would you think? Would you think, oh man, he must be using a pretty good camera. Oh man, he's using a crappy camera. And I'm recording at 1080p. Now, disclaimer. This is not a sponsored video. Everything I've ever bought was always bought. And even if I didn't buy something and it was sent to me, I'm always going to give you guys my true opinion and what I think. I am not one of those people who get caught up in the new stuff hype and be like, oh yeah, this is amazing because it's new. For example, a DJI Mic 2 is a good microphone, but it sounds kind of empty in comparison to Rode. For example, Rode microphones just sound a little more punchy, just a little bit more punchy. You can always equalize the audio from whatever microphone you're using, but you know, some microphones, they sound good enough where you don't even need to do that. Anyways, it don't even matter how good it sounds, as long as it don't sound horrible. I think how creative your content is what matters more than anything. So as long as your videos are watchable and if this sounds decent to you, then you should be totally fine. Which, by the way, you guys are listening to me with the DJI Mic 2, with the DJI Lav mic plugged into the actual transmitter. The transmitter is on my belt loop right now, all the way down the bottom of my pants, and the Lav mic is right here. So that's how we sound. Anyway, let's get with the video.
By the way, guys, real quick. Get some headphones in your ears or over your ears. You guys, this is an audio test, so I want you to hear how everything sounds based, you know, so you guys can make a determination on which one is probably the option for you. So definitely get you some headphones and put them in your ears when watching this video. And I gave you guys the most raw audio possible. If it's not completely just pure untouched audio, it's typed up on the screen. So just keep an eye out on the words on the screen so you kind of know what setup is what in each part of the video. So, all right, without further ado, now let's get into the video.
Okay, so right now we have the outdoor test. Now with the outdoor test, we're gonna take this meter right here and we're gonna see exactly how noisy it is in this environment. So I'm gonna turn it on. So we got about 83, 84 decibels. Typically, that is about as noisy as a busy street. So this is the Action 4, right? Internal microphones, wind reduction is set to on. There is a little bit of a breeze, or it's a little bit windy actually. So in case this part of the test, the audio is ruined, we're going to go on ahead and plug in the Comica microphone via USB-C. All right, so right now we have the Comica boom microphone connected via USB-C. Now I did it with the USB-C instead of with the regular 3.5mm cable, because the USB-C being plugged into the Action 4 with the microphone adapter of the Action 4, it actually allows you to, there we go, see me better. It gives you more flexibility with your audio so that if it's like too noisy outside, like right now, you guys can probably hear me clearly. So I have the USB-C plugged in. The gain on the Action 4 is set to -4, and then I went on ahead and adjusted the gain dial on the Comica. Now the Comica's gain dial doesn't have any numbers to let you know, it doesn't give you any numerical value to let you know exactly what number your gain is set to. But I set it up just perfect because I can see the gain volume knob or volume bar on the screen of the Action 4, which is another cool thing about the Action 4. And audio should sound good despite the 83, 84 decibels. So we're gonna go on ahead and I'm gonna take out the microphone adapter and I'm gonna just plug the USB-C directly into the Action 4 so you guys can hear the difference between using the microphone adapter and not using the microphone adapter. And this is just for the USB-C. All right, so do you guys hear a difference? As far as the volume bar on the screen, I don't see a difference. But so if you guys have the Action 4 and you're wondering, hey, should I get a USB, should I get the DJI's microphone adapter? If you're going to just only use a USB-C microphone to plug into the Action 4, this is what it sounds like, which means you do not. The Comica VM-10 Pro still works the same. It still has the gain control that you can use, but you can only use the gain control when you switch it to digital when you plug it up via USB-C. If you guys are going to use the 3.5mm jack for any camera even, not just the Action 4 and even the Action 4, you will only be able to use analog mode, and then you're going to have to adjust the gain on whatever camera you're plugging this Comica microphone to. So let's go on ahead and go to the Movo MV-101 lav mic and see what that sounds like. Now, in order to use that lav mic, you're going to need this microphone jack because it is a 3.5mm plug-in. So let's go on ahead and switch to that microphone. Okay, the Movo MV-101 lavalier microphone. This is a 3.5mm omnidirectional style lav microphone. This is what it sounds like. I like the Movo because you can kind of like, it's a lot more, it's smaller. It has a smaller footprint, and although it doesn't have any gain settings or anything like that, you can always adjust that with the Action 4. Now, something I like about using the Action 4's microphone adapter, especially for you motovloggers, is that it kind of reduces the sensitivity of whatever microphone you plug into it. For example, if you have a microphone that's super sensitive, like most lav microphones, the Rode Lav mic, the Rode Lav mic 2, DJI's Lav mic, they're just kind of sensitive. But the DJI has a chip inside their Action 4 and Action 3 microphone adapter that reduces the sensitivity, giving you a lot of flexibility with your gain, which, by the way, the gain on the camera itself, you can go +30 or -20 on the gain setting. So that's a very wide dynamic range of audio capabilities that you have with the Action 4 that the other cameras don't give you. Let's go on ahead and put the Rode Video Micro. That's the OG right there. We're going to plug that into the Action 4's microphone adapter via 3.5mm jack, so you guys can see what that sounds like. Alright, so now we have the Rode Video Micro. This is what it sounds like. It doesn't sound too bad now, does it? This is another microphone. It's somewhat of a small microphone. It has a small footprint. It's always been a good microphone as far as audio quality goes. It makes a very good voiceover microphone if you want to plug it directly into whatever computer or laptop or tablet or cell phone that you are using to edit your videos. If you use any of those things, this microphone is a really good voiceover microphone, and it's a generally good microphone for your camera to use for vlogging and just walking around recording things, okay? So this is what that sounds like. Now we're going to use Lumecube's Video microphone. That is a microphone that you can only buy with their creator kit. So sorry guys, if you guys want to use, or buy the Lumecube's Video microphone, which is basically essentially the same thing as the Rode's, but I think, my personal opinion says, it's a little bit better. It sounds a little better, but let you be the judge. Okay, so this is what it sounds like. You got the Lumecube Video Micro. Like I said, it is a smaller camera than the Rode Video Micro. That's physically and with the dead cat on it, or wind muff, furry cover, whatever you want to call it. It's just a smaller camera, I mean, a smaller microphone, sorry. And this is what it sounds like. The gain is still set to -4, okay? So I didn't change that just to be even across the board, and I feel like if I'm gonna need to boost up the audio, I will. The audio probably is fine where it's at right now, but I'm just gonna leave it there just for consistency's sake. So the next microphone we're gonna use is the DJI wireless mic 2, all right? I'm just gonna use the transmitter. We're gonna use the receiver, manually plug it into the camera, and then have the transmitter inside my shirt. Let's do that first, and I'll go a little bit over that microphone. Okay, so right now you guys listening to me with the DJI Lav mic 2, the DJI wireless mic 2 right now. The microphone is right here inside of my shirt, clipped inside of my wife beater, and this is what it sounds like. Now the actual microphone itself, I have the settings that I have the gain set to 0, and this is something that you can adjust with the Action 4 itself as well. Now, when you use the receiver, guys, listen to me carefully. When you use the receiver to connect directly into the Action 4, two things. The receiver cannot manually by itself with the supplied USB-C adapter that the receiver comes with when you buy the DJI Mic 2 system. It comes with a USB-C adapter. With that adapter, it will not directly connect into the Action 4 if you have Action 4's cage, you know, the cage that it comes with. If you have that cage installed on the camera, it will not slide into the camera just by itself. You can buy a small adapter, like a 1/2-inch adapter that's USB-C male to USB-C female end, and then the male end of that adapter of the receiver for the DJI Mic 2 system, you can plug it into the female end. And then with that, you can actually control the camera a little bit. Let me explain. On this camera, you have a couple of buttons here. You got the connection button. You guys can see that? And then you have the power button. If you press the connection button, it'll stop recording and start recording. See? It stops recording when I press the actual connection button. The power button, if you tap it, it just vibrates and that's it. It doesn't do anything. If I was to hold down the connection button, if you use the quick capture feature to start recording your Action 4, and then you go on ahead and plug in the receiver and the microphone of the DJI Mic 2 system, if you hold down the connection button, it'll actually turn the camera off. It'll stop recording and turn the camera off. So I thought that was a pretty cool feature. If you want to just have it on standby and use the wireless Mic 2 transmitter as a, if you want to just use it as a remote kind of, so to speak, you leave your camera on, turn your Action 4 on first, leave it on, connect the receiver to the camera, and then have this connect to the receiver, the transmitter connect to the receiver, and then you can use that connection button on the top, the button that's on top of the power button, you can use that to start and stop recording. Thought that was pretty dope. So now we're gonna go full wireless, guys, transmitter versus Action 4, and I'll talk to you guys about that. Now, while using the microphone, aka the transmitter of the DJI Mic 2 system, you can still, guys, use the microphone, the transmitter, as a remote, the same way I just explained it to you guys with the receiver plugged in. The receiver will still work if you had the microphone adapter for the DJI Action 3 and Action 4 cameras, like I've been showing you in this video. You can have that microphone adapter plugged in, and the wireless microphone will still work. The receiver of the wireless Mic 2 system will still plug into the microphone adapter via USB-C and or 3.5mm. It's up to you. I will tell you guys that I'll talk to you about that at the end, all right? And if I don't, type it in the comments below, because sometimes I'll be forgetting stuff and I didn't script this video. I just felt like I needed to make it real quick. But we're straight wireless. Now, guess what, guys? While using the wireless microphone from the DJI Mic 2, you can actually just buy the transmitter by itself. It's only $100, right? And that wireless microphone, you can always plug it up to your Action 4 wirelessly, and this is exactly what it's going to sound like. So here's the cool thing about it. If you go into the settings of your Action 4, the microphone settings, you can actually use the wind reduction from the, you can use wind reduction from this microphone into your video and still have the wind muff on there, or the dead cat, or the furry muff, whatever you want to call it. So here's the best audio that I feel is the best audio, and you guys let me know if you agree with me. I'm going to go on ahead and I'm going to take the DJI Lav mic and plug it into this microphone. Now, I can use the Rode Lav. You can use any Lav mic, guys. It does not matter which Lav mic you use. You can use any Lav mic to plug into this DJI transmitter for your audio, as long as the microphone is a TRS microphone. TRS means just basically, if you see 2 lines on the actual 3.5mm head, that's TRS. If you see 3 black lines, it's TRRS. You cannot use TRRS microphones with the transmitter. It has to be a TRS Lav microphone. You can plug it into this microphone, have the microphone down here on your pants somewhere, or in your pocket of your pants, and then put the Lav mic somewhere up top here, and then go straight full incognito. Let me let you guys listen to that. Okay, now what you guys are hearing me on is with the DJI Lav mic, right? The DJI Mic 2. You see it right here? I got this thing going in my pocket. As soon as I can get a hold of it. And now I have the Lav mic inside of my shirt right here. automatically, guys, I don't know if this sounds better. I know it's a little bit louder. So all you got to do to make it lower is to go in the audio settings of the Action 4, right where the little microphone is next to the camera's visual settings. And then right now the transmitter is set to 0. The gain is at 0. I'm going to drop it down because I see it's a little bit high, but I don't have to talk as loud either. And you guys probably don't hear the 82 to 83 decibel 15.7 liter inline 6 that's over here idling next to me with the engine fan on. You guys don't have to hear all of that noise. So I'm going to drop the gain to like -4 for this wireless setup, just so you guys can hear the difference. All right, and so this is what it sounds like at -4. Like I said, guys, you do not have to buy DJI's lavalier mic. I'm gonna tell you right now, I like it better than Rode's lav mics. And I won't say better than their actual microphone themselves, but the holder, the mount for the microphone, because I'm gonna have to show you that in another video. I can't do that in this video. I just wanted you guys to hear the audio from all the little audio solutions that I have for the Action 4. In my opinion, it's the easiest microphone to plug in external stuff to as far as audio sources go. And like I said, with the DJI Mic 2 kit that you're listening to me on right now, you can't beat that, man. That's like unbeatable. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take all these microphones once again, and we're gonna do it in a quiet environment. So I'm gonna go in the truck, everything's gonna be off, and I'm gonna let you guys listen to all of them in a more quieter setting, okay? Let's go. All right, guys, so we're gonna put perspectives into perspective. This is the low light. This is the low volume test. I got the decibel reader right here. We're going to turn it on. I want you guys to hear how quiet it is in here once I shut up. Okay. So 37 to 36 decibels, relatively speaking, in this little abode. This is, I would say this is sort of sound treated. Sound ain't gonna really reverberate inside of this truck, but this is what it sounds like with the internal microphones. I've turned the wind reduction off. That way we don't have any extra processing going on. Now, in my personal opinion, I actually think the best audio might be from the camera's internal microphones when it's quiet like this. If you're in a museum or indoors somewhere where it's not a lot of noise going on, you may not actually need to get anything like a microphone to plug into this camera. Now, if you're walking or running relative, just a little bit, there's something that I forgot to mention in the noise test. That's this guy right here. This is a windsock for the entire body of the Action 3 and the Action 4 cameras. As you can see, it's got a round cutout right here. That's where the lens is going to be. You would put that camera inside of this windsock when you're outdoors bicycling, walking, and you're vlogging, or maybe you're bicycling. You can use it if you are scootering, but it's not really ideal because the speeds you get from an electric scooter, if it goes like 20 miles an hour, 18 miles an hour or faster, might be too high for this to be effective. However, common space, if you put the wind reduction on, because I was all speaking about wind reduction off with this over the camera. Now, if you guys are going to be doing high speed stuff, this over the camera only. And so you can't use the cage that the camera comes with if you're going to use this, just so you know, it won't fit. I mean, well, you can make it fit, but then it won't properly cover the microphones, which is why you want to buy this, because you want a little bit of wind protection without having to buy a microphone, for example. This is probably like $6-7, this thing, okay? You can buy it on Amazon, eBay. I've used it on motorcycles behind the windscreen. It works perfectly fine. If you're talking loud enough to be heard, you'll hear yourself in audio and you don't have an abundance of wind in your audio. So I forgot to mention this thing, guys, but this is definitely a windsock. I'll put this in the description below. These guys, by the way, this is a non-sponsored video, and I need that like player. I need you to hit that like button. But anyways, so this is the internal microphones with the wind reduction off. Like I said, if you are in a situation where it's not windy or wind won't be blowing into the microphones, you want to turn the wind reduction off to take away the extra processing sound that may occur when wind starts to hit your audio or hit your camera and get into your audio. So next one, we're going to go back to the Comica VM-10 Pro. Did I say that right? I think I did. The Comica VM-10 Pro. This is now It's my second favorite shotgun microphone to use with like cameras in general, whether it be with my ZV-1, the Action 4, the Ace Pro, any of my GoPros. This is my second favorite. I'll show you the first favorite. I didn't let you guys hear it, but I'll let you hear it at the end of this one. So let's go on ahead and plug in the Comica VM-10. I have the gain settings set the same. We're going to be using digital mode. Remember, I told you guys, when you want to use USB-C with the Action 4 and you have the Comica VM-10 Pro, because the Pro gives you the gain settings, right? It is not a powered microphone. Don't know if I said that or not. It is not a powered microphone. It is just a microphone that gets power from your camera once you plug it in via USB-C. So we're going to plug it in and we'll talk a little bit about it. All right, so like I told you guys, the Comica VM-10 Pro USB-C, you can use it. It comes with a series of cables. It comes with a TRS to TRRS 3.5 millimeter cable. It comes with a TRS to TRS 3.5 millimeter cable, and it comes with a USB / converted to USB-C cable to USB-C cable. Okay, so the USB / USB-C side is like a little adapter, a USB adapter that goes over the USB-C port on one end, and then the other end is just a USB-C male port, and that's the one I got plugged into the actual microphone adapter of the Action 4. Since we've come to the determination that no matter if you're using the microphone adapter or not, while plugging USB-C microphone into the Action 4 makes no difference in sound, I will not do the sound of this without the microphone adapter via USB-C cable. Okay, so this is what it sounds like with the Comica VM-10. Like I said, I can turn the gain up a little bit more, but this is just to give you guys a general idea on how they sound, so in case you can, you know, so help you guys figure out what kind of microphone you want to use. So let's go on ahead and go to the Movo MV-101. I think that was the one we used next. So let's, oh no, we did the Rode Lav, the Rode Video Micro. That one's going to be next. All right, now you guys are listening to me on the Rode Video Micro. With the Video Micro, like I told you guys before, when you use a 3.5 millimeter jack, this is the last time I'm going to say it, so I'm not repeating myself constantly. It desensitizes, the DJI's microphone adapter desensitizes your microphones with the 3.5 millimeter input. So since the Video Micro is kind of sort of sensitive, you have to go in the gain settings of the Action 4 and crank it up. Remember, I told you guys, it go as high as +30 and -20 on the gain settings. So you have to make sure you pay attention to your volume bar and make sure it's where you want it to be. I'm going to leave it at +20. That's where it's at right now. I'm going to go on and plug the Lumecube Video Micro, or Video Mic, which is this guy right here. It's nice and small. It's a little bit smaller than the Rode Video Micro. Me personally, if you guys can somehow get a hold of this Lumecube Lav mic, maybe even contact Lumecube, let's talk about that. Let me connect it and we'll talk about it. So back when I purchased this Lumecube Lav microphone, and this is what it sounded like, the gain is still at +20. When I purchased this microphone, it was on their website, on Lumecube's website, by itself as a standalone microphone. Nowadays, you probably have to buy the Creator Combo, which is like a selfie stick, the microphone, I think a small little light, like a RGB light. You'd have to buy that entire kit in order to get this microphone. That microphone is just, it's a smaller microphone than the Rode's. I'll show it to you guys once we go to the Movo MV-101 after this little test right here. But Lumecube's microphone is just smaller. I like it. It sounds good. And it's portable. I mean, it's a real portable microphone that sounds really good. So this is how it sounds, okay? And we're going to go on and plug this Movo MV-101 into the camera. Now we'll talk about the MV-101, but while this is plugged in, I'm going to show you the differences between the Rode Video Micro and the Lumecube Video Mic, and then we'll talk about editing the audio from this microphone with the Action 4 after. All right, now for the Movo looks like it's a little bit louder than what I was getting out of the Lumecube Video Mic and the Rode Video Mic. Now you can see this is the Lumecube, this is the Rode. Now the furry cats are making them look a little crazy. You might not be able to tell the difference in the size. So let me take the dead cats off and show you guys the physical sizes of these two. But here we go again, guys. The Lumecube is the blue, the Rode is the red, and this is the size differences. Okay. And then put them on top right next to each other like this. You guys see that difference? Rode's is a little bit longer. They have the same girth, pretty much. Rode's is just longer. Pause. Look at the front ends of them. Lumecube's got the smaller holes. Rode's got like a little bit of a bigger mesh going on there. Don't know if you guys can see that. And so that's the difference is the shock mount for the Rode is a little bit more robust. You know, it's got more material here versus the Lumecube, but that doesn't matter because this is so much smaller. It doesn't need to be more robust. See, this thing moves around a lot. It's a lot more movable. And this one's a lot stiffer, you see? So those are your differences. Now, when it comes to this Movo MV-101, usually in post, when I go to post, the audio is only on one channel, like the left or the right channel with the Movo MV-101. So I always have to go on ahead and neutralize, like I have to shift the left and right channels to the middle together. And then you get the sound from both left and right channels with the Movo. So that's the only thing I just wanted to mention about the Movo. When you go into post editing, you're gonna have to, you guys are gonna have to get a little creative and balance out the channels. There's nothing spectacular that needs to be done. You just have to be using some sort of an actual video editing program in order to do it. But it works. I use KineMaster to edit my videos, and that's how I do it. No problem. So look, I was showing you guys with the Rode Video Micro. I don't know, this furry cat was always loose like this. It's just like, so I always had to use a rubber band, wrap it around the tip here to hold it in really tight. But anyways, we're gonna move on to the next microphone, which I believe was the DJI Mic 2 wireless transmitter. We're gonna plug it in. We're gonna plug it in manually so you guys can hear the difference. I don't think look, we're not doing that. That's not what we're doing. That's not what we're doing. Okay, so see right now, you guys are coming up on my favorite of all time as of right now, microphone solution for the Action 4, and that is with the DJI wireless, what is it, the DJI Mic 2. I keep saying wireless, it's wireless, guys, okay? I keep saying wireless, but it is wireless. The DJI Mic 2 transmitter. Like I said, for $100, you can have a 6-hour lasting, 5.5 hour on a charge wireless microphone that works with your Action 4 flawless. I'm talking flawless. If you try to, you can plug this microphone up to like your Insta360 X4 and your Ace Pro, but the sound degradation, you can hear it. This is what it sounds like as the microphone inside of my shirt with the Wind Fairy on, and the gain is set to 0 on the actual camera, which is only going to control the microphone. If you go to the microphone settings on your Action 4 while being wirelessly connected to this transmitter, everything you do with the sound is going to be only for the transmitter. So this is what it sounds like with the wind reduction set to off, I believe. Let me double check. All right, well, you guys just heard it with the noise reduction on, okay? This is what it sounds like with the noise reduction off. DJI wireless, did it again. DJI Mic 2 transmitter. Again, you guys do not need to buy the receiver and transmitter combo where it comes with the receiver that you can plug into the camera and the transmitter. However, if you guys have more than one camera, let's say you have a Sony camera or a Nikon or a Canon, and you kind of use them together with the Action 4 to make videos, you definitely want to get the combo with the transmitter and the receiver. That's just my opinion. Just do what you will with that. If you're only going to use the Action 4 camera or the Pocket 3 camera, by the way, guys, this wireless transmitter will work with either one flawless without a receiver. You just turn it on, you hold down the record button. It's going to go into like a search for a Bluetooth mode. Go into the Bluetooth settings of your camera, press look for wireless microphone, and then press the little thing like a chain. You press that little button. That's like the link button. You press that button and it'll go on ahead and automatically sync up, and it'll always stay married to your camera. Even when you take the battery out, the memory still keeps the transmitter inside of it as far as in the camera goes. So some cameras, if you take the battery out of the camera, they lose that memory connection to their actual remotes that you've last connected to them. So anyway, this is what it sounds like. The DJI's Lav mic plugged into the transmitter here. See what it sounds like. Okay. We went on and plugged the Lav mic, the DJI Lav mic, into the DJI Mic 2 transmitter. And this is what it sounded like. Now I can take this transmitter and I can throw it in my pocket. I can do whatever I want to do with it. And it's going to sound the way it sounds right now. The gain is set to 0 still, like it was when I was just doing straight wireless from the wireless mic to the camera, which it still is, but now it has a lav mic plugged into it. Usually a lav mic will add a little bit of volume, like it'll just be a little bit louder than if you were just using the transmitter. I find the transmitter to the camera, out of all the microphone options, I find it to sound the best when you're in a noisy environment. It really does a good job at blocking all the excess noise around you out of your video. So and like I said, if you press that link button on the side, on top of the power button, it can start and stop recording your camera. It'll control your camera in the start and stop sense. So before I close this video out, I'm going to do the last part of this video, guys, with the elephant in the room. It is something you guys probably won't be able to find again. And this is probably my favorite voiceover microphone, even over my Rode NTG Video NTG. That's a really good microphone to use for voiceovering. I actually like this microphone even more than that, and only for the simple fact that it is a very sensitive microphone and it's very small. That just gives it a small footprint. I don't have to have a whole microphone arm, boom arm pointing, to my face to get audio from. I can just set it up on the camera or just hold it in my hand and do a voiceover, and it sounds pretty good. But I'm gonna let you guys be the decider on that. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Amazon Basics shotgun microphone. With all the other shotgun microphones that I use in this video, not including the Comica, I had the gain set to +20. I had to drop it 10 decibels to +10 with this microphone because it is so sensitive. But it's a good microphone, I love this microphone for voiceovers. I have it directly plugged into the Action 4 using the DJI's mic adapter via 3.5mm jack. And this is how it sounds. I purchased this on Amazon like 5 years ago, and I never really used it because it was so sensitive that the action cameras of the time, aka GoPros, even with the media mod, this microphone was just way too sensitive. It just the audio I was getting out of it was unusable because it was clipping like crazy. And then this 360 came along, and I can't use this with 360 cameras, right? No, I can't use it with 360 cameras. I still can't use it with my GoPro in its media mod. It's just, even with the audio settings set appropriately at the lowest type of levels, this microphone clips on those cameras. My Sony ZV-1, I use this microphone for the Sony. It sounds great. I don't have to be up on the camera. I can set the camera up on a camera stand, record myself talking, and the audio sounds great. It's got this microphone has a perfect amount of sensitivity. It makes that video sound good. And then here came DJI Action 4, and then they came with this microphone adapter, guys, that desensitizes microphones, that I'm even able to go +10 on a decibel scale with this camera. Yes, it goes up to +30, but +10. It's a great microphone, but you just can't find it on Amazon anymore. They don't sell it. This thing is smaller than the Lumecube's microphone. Crazy, ain't it? You want to see? Okay, I'll show you. We got the Amazon shotgun mic, and we got the Lumecubes. As you guys can see, looks like the Lumecubes is a little bit longer. I mean, the Amazon's a little bit longer. Lumecube on your left, and Amazon on your right. My left, your right, and then Lumecube on my right, your left. And this is the differences. Now look over here from this standpoint. Lumecube, Amazon's much smaller. I'm trying to set it up so you guys can see with the light. Amazon, Lumecube. This microphone, the video is not showing it. It's not giving you guys justice. It is tiny, and I love it for that. It sounds good. It's so small. It's not intrusive. You use a nice short 3.5mm cable, and you can get really good audio as long as it's not windy outside. Don't let it be windy outside. So I don't use that microphone outside because it's definitely going to be clipping. And if it ain't clipping, it's gonna be struggling to be clean as far as audio goes. So that's all I got, guys. That's all I got. I have more microphones, but those are the basic general ones that I use. I will do a video if you guys want. I don't want to be making videos nobody's gonna watch. It's bad enough I make videos nobody want to watch. I can do the Rode Lav mic versus the DJI's Lav mic. I like DJI's Lav mic's design better right now. I haven't done an audio test between the two, but I'm willing to bet the Rode's Lav mic sounds better. Rode just has a more full sound in general, their microphones. DJI's microphones, they sound okay, but they just sound empty. They don't sound full. They don't give you those good punchy p like Rode does. I said like Rode does, not they don't at all, just not like how Rode microphones do. So that's all I got, guys. Like I said, like and subscribe if you like the video. Share the video anywhere you feel like it may be necessary. I've made this video because people simply are always asking me about, not always, I've been asked a few times. That's what made me think about this video. Do USB-C microphones work with the Action 4? Whether it's lav mics, shotgun microphones, whatever. Do they still work with the Action 4? And do they still work with the Action 4 if you do have the microphone adapter, or do you need to take the microphone adapter out of the Action 4 to plug the USB-C microphone directly? It works both ways, guys. Jay on the Segway. Thanks for watching. Peace in the bottle of hair grease.